My name is Eric Bidwell, and I'm a manager within the El Paso County Department of Human Services. I oversee Adult Protective Services, or APS, as well as the long-term care medical programs and adult financial assistance programs. I want to talk a little bit about the mandatory reporting process and what kinds of signs to look for when deciding whether to report concerns regarding an at-risk adult. An at-risk adult is any person 70 years of age or older, or anyone over the age of 18 with a physical, intellectual, or developmental disability. Mandatory reporters are essentially all professionals that could come into contact with at-risk adults as part of their everyday work. There is a comprehensive list of those mandated under Colorado law in Colorado Revised Statute 18-6.5-108. However, the simplest way to sum up all of those covered is that they all could work with an at-risk adult during the course of their professional job duties. For any professionals that fall in that category, they are required by law to report any concerns of abuse, neglect, or exploitation of an at-risk adult to law enforcement where the victim resides within 24 hours. There's also urged reporting on cases where someone may be neglecting themselves. This is different in that it is not legally required, but instead is strongly encouraged due to adults having the right to self-determination. Colorado law is unique in that the state specifically requires the information to be reported to law enforcement. In most other states, their equivalent law would have information reported to adult protection directly. The benefit of the way that Colorado is set up is that law enforcement is immediately notified if there could be a criminal component to what may be occurring. In other states, that information would have to go through the Adult Protective Service area before making its way to law enforcement. As for the information making its way over to the adult protection area, the statute also states that each law enforcement agency must forward the information to adult protection also within 24 hours. Essentially, the process is reverse of how most other states function. Although mandatory reporters are required by law to make reports when they have concerns of abuse and neglect, anyone can make a report. The biggest thing we can watch out for is just anything that seems out of the ordinary or doesn't seem right given the circumstances. Unfortunately, like many other types of abuse that can occur within society, most victims are not going to just start telling someone they don't know about how they're being abused. However, if we have good relationships with the elderly and disabled folks around us, they may eventually feel comfortable disclosing things to us that could be happening to them. We also may notice that someone's environment has become more cluttered, messy, or unsanitary. Or maybe there seem to be unexplainable bruises on an individual where there never has been before. Any significant changes to someone who's likely had a fairly regular routine for quite some time could signal that there's potentially much more going on than would first appear at glance. APS does not handle the licensing of facilities, but we work closely with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment to alert them of possible licensing issues and other concerns. It's important that we not forget about these members of our community and work to maintain connections with them.